Hello. I don't know if I'm in focus. Am I in focus? What's up? What up? What up, dog? What up, homie? I have spread my seed. I have procreated. I have done things that fertilized other things, and in due time will give birth to a new thing. A baby, a little baby boy. Me and my wife, we are expecting a baby. Yeah, he's due from today is what, like July? Let me see, July 18th. Yeah, July 18th. Saturday, 2020, and he is due to arrive September 15th, 16th, which is kind of nice because that date is the Mexican Independence Day. Well, the 16th, I believe. So, and the baby's half Mexican, but I feel like that's appropriate. It's like he's representing in his own way. The baby's coming, and he's coming relatively fast in like 60 days, like 2 months. It's not scary because I don't have to really deal with it that much. It's my wife. And if you are thinking about having a baby and you're a lady, think about it twice. It looks like hard work. It looks terrible. There's some people, they say that they have like an easy time doing it. Excuse me, burps. That, they just have the baby and it's like nothing. But my wife was not one of those people. She's having a real hard time with it. It got better. Like all the things that they say, like throwing up and then heartburn, and then your body's, it gets big, and then, aches, and you got Hicks, Braxton. You got like like I think the baby gets big and then it presses on some nerves and it feels like a muscle cramp, but continuously. And that sucks. And then the baby likes to kick your ribs and whatnot. It just seems like a hard time. I'm super excited. I think it's cool because usually, statistically, biracial babies. My wife is black. Biracial babies come out looking real cute, and it's cool, like that my son will have like a nice vertical. I'm looking forward to that. And I feel like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I like kids. I'm stoked. I'm excited. You can't see it. Like I'm so happy. No, but I'm very, very happy. I hope it all goes well. It's scary, man. It is scary. And you don't know what you're gonna get. I don't like. They have a test where they can stick a needle in the baby while it's in the womb, and then they can tell you if there's something wrong with it. Like if it's a little slow, if it's got like down or something, or some genetic thing that some chromosomes fucked up and it's not where it should be. And we didn't do that, so we're rolling the dice. Everything looks healthy, like the size, the height, the movements, the heart rate. So we're not too scared, and we come from like sturdy stock, and so that I think what I'm looking forward to the least is like the lack of sleep. I heard that babies need to feed every 2 or 3 hours or something, or every really short intervals, and so I'm thinking if you're feeding this thing like consistently, it's gonna drain my wife a lot. She's gonna be like, and then not only that, baby has to expel. It comes in one way and then it's gonna come out the other way. So it's gonna come out. He's gotta make brown. He's gotta make his duties. He's gotta make chocolate. Out of his butthole, and I have to clean it because he doesn't know how, and that's fine. I don't mind working with shit. I'm okay with that. It's just the repetition, and I think there's like 6 months of this before you can start kind of adapting it to a normal schedule. So like. Like you can put it to sleep for long periods of time, And I don't know, you know. I feel like that'll be kind of stressful. That's okay. Also, having a baby during this time is not as, you know, it's scary because you worry about like finances and whatnot. But also, like, my wife was really bummed out because she like couldn't have a baby shower. Well, we might still have one, but it makes things a little more complicated because we're supposed to, you know, stay away from each other and not cough on each other's faces or whatever. Um, and and so you just probably can't have a house, a party. You can't have a party at your house as easy as you would have. Other than that, it's super cool. I'm stoked about the baby. We decided to name it, if you're my Spanish side of the family, Castiel, Castiel, right? If you're an American, you can call him Castiel or Cass, and I think that's a good name because it sounds Mexican to my ears, or you know, Spanish, Castiel, um, and but it also, like, if the baby grows up like super white, you know, does test well and gets sent to a super white school, you know, and then he kind of wants to start losing his roots and just, you know, start wearing polo shirts or whatnot, he could just be like, I'm Cass, you know, wearing seashell necklaces or whatnot. But so that's cool. It's nice to have that option. So the full name that we're gonna go with is Castiel Cornelius Sanchez, right? Castiel, because during my wife's pregnancy, in the early stages of it, we got really into supernatural, right? And there's a character where we found very cute and endearing, which is the angel Castiel, right? And she really liked him, and I liked him too. And she's like, "What about Castiel?" And I was like, "Fine," you know. And then, boom, bam, there we go. Burp again. I'm sorry about that. So, Castiel's the baby's name, and Cornelius is his middle name. I don't believe in middle names, to be honest. I'm like, why add stuff to it? But my wife is a big fan of middle names. And my grandfather's name is Cornelio, which is the Spanish version of Cornelius. So she's like, why don't we just make it Cornelius? And I'm like, all right. And nobody uses middle names. Like, what are they for? You know, like, and Sanchez, because that's my name. So I didn't ask her to, you know, I don't care. It could have been her last name. I don't care. As long as the baby would be fine and healthy, and that's all I really care about. Yeah. So we got all the stuff we need. Like right now, I'm looking out in the room, and there's a stroller who, my wife's mother and her mother's sisters, so her aunties, because black people say aunties, and it's nice because I used to get corrected a lot. I used to say your aunt, and Jane Raven's like, my wife's like, no, it's auntie. I'm like, okay, auntie. So my wife's mother and her aunties got her a stroller, and then but mainly my wife, because she actually does all the research. She bought like a little, it looks futuristic. You know what it looks like? It's like a little rocking thing. It's like, it kind of looks like the chairs in, if you've seen the Star Wars, what's the Attack of the Clones, right? When they go to Camino and they got the tall ass aliens with the big heads, they're white, and then they're the ones make the clones, and they have these little spoon chairs, and they kind of just like, and it that whole place looked like it's way too bright. That's what that chair looks. The little, the little thing, the rocking thing, it looks like, because it's like all white and it hangs and it looks kind of futuristic. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it's unnecessary. I think a lot of little things, I think they're nice to have, but I don't know. I've never had the baby. I let my wife make all the decisions because she is taking the brunt of this. You know, she's really getting fucked over with this. Like, it's really, you know, a thing crawls out your coochie, bro. Like, it grows, it takes your nutrients and stuff. It's crazy. It's beautiful, but it's crazy. And so, yeah, so long story short, yeah, we got the little rocking thing and the stroller. We got a really cool crib. We put it together. I like that it folds, and all the palette is kind of staying the same. We have kind of like this little gray light palette. We got baby clothes. We got some like new baby clothes, and we went to like a thrift store and found a bunch of baby clothes that was really cute and good conditions and whatnot. We got some blankets, bottles. I don't know, a bunch of stuff. To me, I'm like, I figure that it's like a small human, right? So I actually rain on my wife's parade all the time. Like, she tells me, like, look, we got a little baby bottle that it's in the shape of a boobie, and you can put it on yourself, and it'll be like, you're letting the baby suck out your titties. And I'm like, okay, cool. But like a lot of these things that have this specific design or whatever, I find extremely unnecessary. I'm just like, also I'm very cheap, but also I'm thinking it's a human, right? It's a baby, but it's also a human. And humans, they live, they can survive. Like, not that they can survive. I'm just saying they need basic things like warmth, roof, food, somewhere to sleep, somewhere to wash it and stuff. And like and I understand that it's different because the baby has to feed, has to get his nutrients and get his, immune system up with the breast milk and stuff. So, and you want to make it as easy as possible. But I'm just like, a lot of this stuff seems unnecessary to me, to be honest. It just seems like we don't need half this crap. Actually, we need all the stuff we have, but all the little things, I'm like, yeah, I told my wife to hold on those because I'm like, we'll see what we really need. But yeah, but I'm not complaining. So if you watch this video, baby, honey, wife, I'm very happy with all the purchases. I am. I don't know. We don't know. You don't know until you know, and then you know. I want to teach a baby Spanish because I grew up in Mexico, and my dad he was like an editor of books and stuff, and he's a big fan of grammar, and he's a big fan of keeping the language and the culture, intact and pervasive. Like, once that he knew, I was raised here, but I was born over there, and I spent a good amount of time over there, and so it was drilled into me that we shouldn't, taint our Spanish, for example. Not taint it, but we should have a good Spanish. For example, like parking. There's a lot of Spanglish that can be used with parking. You can say parqueando, but that's not a word. According to the Spanish dictionaries, that's not a word. That doesn't exist. That's the correct word is estacionar, right? So he's a really big fan of grammar. So I want to pass that on to baby. I actually want baby to speak perfect Spanish. And so I've been putting together, I got books, and then I got like a couple stuff on the computer, like teaching materials. And I think at home, I'm just going to just speak to baby in Spanish. And because he'll learn English, he'll just go to school, make friends and stuff. Because you end up because I remember, because that's what happened to me. You end up just picking up by making friends. Unless he's a total weirdo and has no friends, then he might not learn English, but I'm sure he will. I was kind of psyched because I found a lot of old cartoons that I used to like. And I found the Spanish versions of them, so I'm going to try to indoctrinate him and try to watch that and stuff. I'm also going to try to teach him like a lot of the school stuff. I'm going to try to do school stuff at home. Because I had that, and it's a pain in the ass, but it makes you test well in the long run, so that's nice. Yeah, when my wife first told me, like when we first found out, I was like, oh shit, no, oh, what? Huh? But then I was really happy because, like, you never know what's actually going to happen. You can't bet on life. You can't bet if you'll be alive. You can't bet if people will stay together. But I'm also very pessimistic and cynical. So there's some people that are like, we're going to be happy forever. And I'm like, and those people, I'm like, those guys are idiots. It's you have so many things going against the happy things, right? But there's clear signs that you'll be fine. That you'll make it. If you guys have fun together, if you enjoy spending time and like messing around. I love spending time with my wife. I really do. Like, we have fun. We play jokes. And teasing and stuff like that. If I don't see her for an extended period of time, like at first, if she's gone for work, it's dope. I'm gonna be honest. I have a lot of fun. I'm like, I play video games. I got a computer. I look at adult websites, and it's really really entertaining. It's really fun. But then this kind of pit of sadness begins to loom over me, and I begin to start missing her. It doesn't take very long. It takes like 6 hours. Like after 6 hours of her not being around, I'm just like, I'm kind of, twiddling my thumbs. I'm kind of just waiting for her to get back home or whatever, because I get home before her usually. And but yeah, I really like my wife, which is nice. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. And I think we have a nice. I'm stoked for baby to have two parents that love each other, and him growing up with that. Or if we decide to have one more, I'm just gonna cap the limit at 2. Because after that, I might get my balls snipped or whatever, get neutered, or the vasectomies, or I don't know. Like, we gotta do something, because I'm not, 2. Also, I was told that financially it makes more sense to have 2, because something about taxes, and then they have to, I don't remember, but whatever. 2 is enough, I think. I'm gonna try to shoot for a girl. If I get 2 boys, that's fine. They can be competitive and beat each other up, and I can race them and stuff. That'll be nice. But what was I saying? 2 babies are good. Oh yeah, I'm stoked about making a family, creating a life, and having it be nurtured in an environment where 2 parents are kind of present. I got that for a good amount of time, but then eventually I didn't. And it's not the end of the world if you have one parent that really takes the whole role. But raising kids, it seems hard, and it's nice to have some help. And it's also, I think it's really healthy for kids to get an example of like love, or teamwork, of like parents, like seeing that, and not even because it makes them want to seek out these relationships and recreate the process that they grew up with or whatever, but because they can learn a lot about human behavior, and it gives them like a nice solid foundation. I think about it like pillars, right? The more people you have in your life that care about you and are there for you, they're kind of like, these stable structures, and that's nice. That's nice to have. Yeah, I'm not bummed out in any sort of way. I'm trying to think. So my wife is baby stuff. I mean, it sucks, ladies. It sucks. Like, the only nice thing, it seems like you stop getting your period, but like, there's hormones. So you get disgusted. You become more sensitive to smells. Your back hurts. Your balance is thrown off. And it's and it doesn't stop. But you wake up with this. You go to sleep. Oh, wait. This is what I was talking about was bad. But what's really cool? When you first feel the baby kick, because it's like it's there. Even you see in the ultrasound, but the heartbeat is cool. I'm gonna tell you the moments that are cool for me. I'm gonna tell you these are the cool moments with babies, right? First is like heartbeat, because it's like, right? Then is like the little ultrasound pictures. Those are kind of really cool if you get a good one. And then I think the coolest one is when you get you feel on the belly, and then you feel it kicking, feel the baby kicking. It's cool. It's just really cool. It's it makes it feel more real. Like, it's real, but it's like, oh, there's a thing in there, and then, and it also seems to have a personality. It definitely has preferences. Like when my wife eats something, baby moves a lot. If it's a particular thing, or if it's uncomfortable, it kind of like readjusts itself, and it kind of helps you build like this bond, where you're kind of like because it's giving you information back, it's giving you stimulus, like it moves, it like and then and I don't know, and then it really does be your relationship with the baby really does begin before, and it's really nice. And also, I think what it does to your mental state, at least for me, if I guess if you're not a piece of shit and if you kind of want to be there for your family, it makes you not be more responsible, but it really reprioritizes everything. Like you know what you got to do. You gotta make the money for the baby. You gotta make sure everybody's safe, and it feels good. It gives you direction. It gives you like a compass of what to do, and and it feels like you have a lot of life to live. I think when you're young, and without all big responsibilities, you're kind of just trying to prove that you're awesome, that you popular, you got hot, that you're hot, and then you got people out there that want to fuck you, and you're trying to like assert yourself. You're trying to make money. You're trying to be desirable. You're trying to be impressive. And when you have a baby, or when you're gonna have a baby, those feelings kind of take a backseat. Like they really, how do you like they kind of they really just don't seem as important anymore. And it's like things that you thought were a big deal really really aren't, and you are replaced with, you become like a lame dad, like a lame mom. You want to care about the baby. Like, it makes sense. A lot of those things, when you see like parents do parental type shit, or like parents be, oh dad, oh mom, like lame, you can see yourself becoming lame, and it's okay, because the things that matter are like safety and your family's happiness and stuff like that. So everything else really doesn't care. It doesn't matter. So you're not trying to be cool. That's the point. You just stop trying to be cool. Like, you really, really stop giving a fuck. For example, I had a friend who had a baby. I don't think he'll watch this. If he watches, maybe, I think he'll be able to relate, and I'm able to relate to him. He was one of the first of our generation that had kids that I went to high school with. And he had a baby daughter. And when I first saw him after I had a baby daughter, he looked like shit. He really did look terrible. He had long hair. He was wearing sweatpants. Like he looked like he just rolled out of bed. And he's always tries a little harder. But I'm like, and then he was very skinny and trim, and he had like a little gut. And I'm like, oh, this dude, stop giving a fuck. But that's not it. You don't stop giving a fuck. You give more fucks about other shit. And that's kind of what happened. That's kind of what's happening to me. I don't know if you'd be happy me telling this. I'll tell you what I weigh, and she's close to, yeah. Right now I weigh myself, and I'm ranging from 230 to 240 at a given time, and that's a lot. That's obese. Like, if you do the BMI thing, use obese, heart disease, and all that. I think physically, people that know me, they tell me, oh, it really don't look it, but I know, I feel it. I feel the difference. And that happens. Well, there was a lot of things that kind of contributed to this. So first, I eat whatever the fuck is around. Like, if it's there, I'm gonna eat it. I don't care. Like, I'm not picky. I don't care. I don't care if it's a little expired. Like, I don't care what it is. I'll just eat it. It's food. Who cares, right? So my wife has cravings for things that are, with like high caloric, and I just finish it up. And I'm gluttonous too, so I eat a lot. So I end up eating a lot of like not so low calorie healthy food, but that's on me. All the other thing is this: the whole, everybody's in quarantine, not going to work, so you're walking less, you're doing less, you have less reasons to go outside. And in my case, I was really into the gym. I would go like at least 2 hours every day, but the gym was closed, so it's up to you to work out at home. And instead of working out at home, I just got really into my old video games. So I'm just sitting on my ass eating a shitload of food. Of course, I'm gonna get fat as fuck. Like, that's what's gonna happen, and that's what did happen. So I think when I met my wife, it was 180, and right now I'm 240. So that's 60 pounds. I think I want to go back down to 160. I'm actively trying to work to do that, And I say that, but I just started today. Really, yesterday was a terrible day. We ate a lot of pizza, but but yeah. But I'm not too worried. I'm okay at losing weight. I think it's also um easier for men to lose weight than women, because women's bodies are kind of more designed to kind of retain fat for pregnancy and stuff, and they got titties and ass and shit, and it kind of just goes there. So but yeah, I do want to get swole. And the thing is that, like, going back to the first thing I was saying, how like you stop caring about being hot. Like, I want to be in good shape so I can play sports and stuff with my son, and not only that, so like I'm around longer. I'm in better shape, and also he grows up knowing that that's an important thing. So I see it like an investment for for our future life kind of thing. So, oh wait, this is another thing that happens. I mean, this would happen to me. It might not happen to you, but I used to get motivated by competition, like self. I wanted to prove things to myself, and not rage, but like, what do you call it? Like, I used to get fueled by, like, I mean, you don't think I'm shit. Well, I'll show you, that that kind of thing, right? Now I'm like, my fuel is kind of like, let's say I was at a job, right? And then right after the job, like, we were done, we were tired, we hadn't eaten, but we got another job offered, right? And I was like, let's go do it. Let's do it. And I would normally turn down more work, but now I'm like, I need to make money for the baby. But it's not even the money thing. It's just like, you get this sort of surge of energy when you think about your family, or your children and your wife and stuff. Like, you're like, I gotta be the best, or or better for their sake, and that's kind of dope. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with baby. That's it. It's great. I haven't met him. He looks good. We there's some 3D thing, like ultrasound. My wife tells me that baby's a dick, like, and he's like, he's just like you. You got an attitude. I'm like, all right, baby's cool. That's what you're trying to tell me. He's cool. So whenever they were to take pictures, he was like doing John Cena. He was like, you can't see me, like, he would turn around. He seems to have really good timing, which is but he's just trying to get comfortable. I don't. What else? Also, I guess what sucked for my wife is, I would need to get her point of view, but she has to go to the doctor visits a lot of the times by herself, especially now with quarantine procedures in hospitals. And as a man in a pregnancy, you're not doing shit, bro. You're not doing shit. It's easy as fuck. You just got to be there to hold a hand and tell you it's going to be all right. You're doing great. You want something to eat. But if you can't even do that, and so, and my wife took it really hard when I couldn't be there for certain milestones, for hospital visit milestones when they're checking the progress of the baby. So that's kind of fucked up. What else? I think that's it. I was trying to make this more entertaining. But that's the thing. It's even talking to the camera is easier, because I don't give a shit no more. I don't care. I really don't. Because of the baby. Because I know that's what's important. That makes everything really simple, really nice, right? Well, let's try to talk about it. So my wife is black. I'm Mexican. So the baby's gonna be Blaxican, right? It's gonna be a little mix, little mulatto baby. He's gonna come out looking Puerto Rican or Dominican or something, and that's cool, because he'll be really good against. He'll be highly melanated. He'll be good against the sun and stuff, and probably gonna get pulled over a couple times on a stroller. Probably have good rhythm. I think my son being black in the United States That's kind of fucked up, right? Not the fact that he is black, but the fact that, the state of things. Um, I like it. I like that he's gonna grow up with a little bit of, like, not a chip on his shoulder, like adversity. I tell my wife this all the time. I'm like, I hope that baby comes out dark as fuck, bro. People are gonna make assumptions about him based on how he looks, and yeah, that's fucked up. But I'm gonna try to do a good job for him to be able to deal with that. And the thing is, that's how the world really is, in my opinion. But I really, really, really do think I'm right about this. There's an inequality, right? There's some people that got the short end of the stick, and and I can relate to those people more. But it's fine. Like, the more I think a child and a person is able to internalize that, not that the game is rigged, but that the game is on a tilt, right? It's tilted. And I'm not just talking about race. There's tons of, socioeconomic, cultural factors. There's certain cultures that have an easier time. There's certain countries, geographies, like, there's a lot of factors, right? We don't all have the same, we're not all dealt with the same cards, right? We have different cards. And if you grow up knowing that shit's different, shit's easier for some folks, shit's harder for some folk, and you learn how to deal with that, you're gonna survive way better. And so that's kind of what I meant when I'm like, I'm glad that baby might have a hard time. Is that I am not grateful, but I am grateful. I'm grateful. I'm optimistic about the fact that he will have an opportunity to learn from an adverse environment. Bam. I said that shit kind of nice. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. That's what I'm talking about. So there is that. I love baby. I love my wife. I love my family. And I hope everybody else is good also. Toodaloo. See you later.